Go. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one crazy, epically cool, and amazing ride tonight on this awesome adventure with the Josh Nolan and Oliver S. Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube. Tonight we have with us racing sensation, race car driver, Jaxson Cates. Welcome to the show, Jaxson.
Thanks for letting me be on your show.
Yes. So, Jaxson, with that being said, let's talk about your racing career. Where did it all start for you?
So we went to a sprint car race and I thought it was kind of cool. So we found a arrive and drive and I started to like it. So we just bought a car and started racing.
Okay, so what was that like for you, Jaxson, to climb in a race car for the first time?
Exciting,
Exciting. You weren't nervous at all?
kind of.
Kind of? Okay. So, Jaxson, with your racing career, um, uh, how much success have you had as a race car driver?
I got 4 track championships, 2 track records, and top 3 in National Youth Series, national points, and 2 classes.
Very cool. So, Jaxson, what is your 5-year plan with your racing career?
Uh, just to race quarter midgets a little more, and then hopefully get into a micro.
Okay, where do you want to be at in 10 years with your racing career, Jaxson?
Uh, to start getting into sprints.
Okay, so Jaxson, when it comes to your racing career, what's the story behind your race car number?
Just 7's my favorite number, and it always been lucky to me.
Okay, so you Jaxson, who do you have for sponsors on your race car?
I have Hanning racing competitions. I have flag trucking, Clearview glass, and street art.
Okay, so Jaxson, with your racing career, okay, are you still looking for sponsors for your racing team?
Always.
So if there's anybody out there wanting to help a race car driver out, help him get further into his racing career, reach out to Jaxson Cates Racing or his dad, Brandon Cates, because they'd appreciate the help on Jackson's race car as he gets further into his racing career. So, Jaxson, do you have a racing nickname?
No, not really.
We need to get you one there, dude, because a lot of the race car drivers have it's a pretty cool thing to have a racing nickname.
Yeah, I might start working on one.
I've got one for you, if nothing else. We'll call you Jaxson the Jet.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. So, Jaxson, I am a racing nickname myself. I am the Full Throttle rock star. That's what my nickname is. So, Jaxson, when it comes to your racing career, what is your home track you race on?
Taylorville and Broadwell.
Okay. That's your home racetracks?
Yeah, those were the first tracks I raced at.
Okay. And where are they at, Jaxson?
Broadwell is in Lincoln and Taylorville's just at Taylorville in
Okay.
Illinois.
In Illinois. Okay. So, Jaxson, who helps work on your race cars?
Nick Cox, Jacob Shanks, and my dad.
Okay. Do you help work on them too there, Jaxson?
Uh, I've been I've washed tires before and
Very
pulled them
cool.
off.
Very cool. Very cool. So, Jaxson, what's your favorite racetrack you've ever raced on?
Mine's Broadwell.
Okay, okay. Why is Bradwell your favorite racetrack?
because it's a driver's track. Because it has sharp corners, so you have to make decisions fast.
Okay. So Jackson, with your racing career, um, who is your racing hero? Who do you look up to as a race car driver?
Kyle Larson.
Have you ever met Kyle Larson, Jackson?
Yeah,
Is he pretty nice to talk to?
yeah.
Okay. So Jackson, when you're at the racetrack getting strapped into your race car, what helps get you psyched up and motivated to go out there and do that?
Just seeing my family getting all hyped up and seeing my friends.
Okay, okay. So Jackson, you froze up just a sec. There you go. So Jackson, with your racing career, and you're at the racetrack, when you're at the racetrack, what's your favorite thing to eat at the racetrack, Jackson?
Just French fries.
French fries? Okay, okay. So Jackson, when you're away from the racetrack, what's your favorite restaurant to go to and eat at?
Brady's.
Okay, what? Okay, tell me about Brady's. What's Brady's fix?
Uh, Freddy's has fries, ice cream, and I think chicken.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So Jackson, when you're at home, what's your favorite home cooked meal that your family makes for you?
French fries.
French fries, okay. Okay, French fries are very good. I give you that. I give you that. So Jackson, who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
Brixton, Little Jake, RJ, and Guyver and Cooper.
Okay, okay. What's their last names there, Jackson?
Uh, Brixton Macklin, I mean, Brixton Macklin, Brixton Durbin, Little Jake, Jake Shanks, RJ Smith, Guyver McBeegers, and Cooper Sunken.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So Jackson, um, with your racing career, do you have any crazy stories you'd like to share with us about your racing career?
Uh, I flipped where I rolled and flipped 5 times at Taylorville National this year.
Okay, so Jackson, um, did you get hurt at all?
Just after the flip, the straps made my elbows sore.
Oh boy, oh boy. So Jackson, what do you like to do for fun away from the racetrack?
I like to play soccer.
Okay, you're a pretty good soccer player. Do you like to watch professional soccer on TV, Jackson?
Yeah, but I can't watch it.
Okay. So Jackson, what else do you like to do for fun away from the racetrack?
Uh, I like basketball, but I'm just gonna get in it.
Okay, okay, very cool. So Jackson, do you have any advice out there for the kids coming up in the racing world?
Just listen to your crew chief and just run your line.
Okay, very cool. Is there anybody else you'd like to send a special thank you out to, Jackson, for helping you get this far with your racing career?
To my sponsors, grandma and grandpa, my other grandma and grandpa, my mom and dad, Nick Cox, and the Shanks family.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So Jackson, I'm going to do something pretty cool. You ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm going to turn the mic over to you. You can ask me some questions if you want. How's that? Okay, go for it.
What is your favorite type of car?
You know, Jackson, I like all sorts of different types of racing. Racing wise, I like NASCAR, IndyCar, anything on dirt, pavement, anything with four wheels and a motor. Street car, I'll tell you, Jackson, I've got two favorites in street cars. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I love anything I love anything that's a Lamborghini, and I'll tell you what, I love Chevy Camaros and Chevy Corvettes.
one of my friends at school's their favorite race car is a Camaro.
Very cool, very cool. I like the late '80s Camaros, the '82 to '92 version, the more boxier Camaros.
My dad has a Fox body.
Ooh, very cool, very cool. Yeah. So have you ever went for a ride like an '87 IROC?
No.
Oh, Jackson, I could tell you a story. I got to drive an '88 IROC Z. Very, very fast car. Very fast car. You barely touch the gas and you're gone.
It sounds
So
like
Jackson, do you have any other questions for me?
what's your favorite race car driver?
I like Kyle Larson. Back when I was growing up, Jackson, but when I was growing up around your age, Dale Earnhardt Sr. was really prominent. I loved Earnhardt Jr., um, Jimmy Johnson, and Rusty Wallace. But back in the day, your dad probably recognizes these names. I was growing up around the area when it was like Alan Kulwicki and Alan Kulwicki. They were two of my favorites, along with Tim Richmond also.
Uh, what kind of cars did they race?
They raced NASCARs back in the day. And back in the day, Jackson, it never was, like the cars that they run now. Back in the day, they didn't have stage racing. The minute they dropped the green flag, it was all out racing for 200 laps, 500 miles. It was all out racing. And when it come to the Coke 600 down at Charlotte, there was no stage racing there either, Jackson. It was they dropped the green flag and you raced for 600 laps.
Wow, that must have been tiring.
It is, and I'll tell you what made it even more interesting, Jackson. There was a few drivers that even tried to pull the double duty because what happens is the day of the Coke 600, that's at night. The Coke 600 is. Well, then they run the Indy 500 a day, so they virtually put in. There's drivers that virtually put in 700 laps in a day, 700 to 800 laps in a day.
That must have been really tiring.
Oh yeah, they would get done, Jackson, and they would just be like, "I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm going to catch a nap. It's time to catch a nap." So, do you have any other questions for me, Jackson?
No.
Yeah, and back in the day, Jackson, before I let you go and before I go any further, back in the day, drafting was a big deal. It was like, you know, they had restrictor plates, but it didn't mean nothing to them. They could do 190 miles an hour and do it 3 and 4 wide. Yeah, Jackson. Back in the day, they do 190 miles an hour going 3 and 4 wide.
That must have been hard.
Oh yeah, because it was a mental chess game. You literally had to figure out where your car is going to be good at and make sure you don't get into a bad accident.
I've seen four wide
So
on a quarter midget track,
very
but
cool, very cool. Yeah. So Jackson, do you have a racing page that racing fans can follow you on?
Jackson Cates Motorsports on Facebook.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you get a chance, go follow Jackson Cates Motorsports on Facebook. This is Jackson Cates, awesome race car driver. Look for him in the future to be one of the top runners in the big racing world. He's already doing amazing things behind the wheel. But thank you, Jackson, for being on the racing show with me tonight, talking to us about your racing career. I will let you step out. I will call you a little bit to thank you in person, but first I'm going to give a little racing news update, okay?
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Just got to wait for you to exit out, bud. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, a little racing news update for you there. Happy anniversary goes out to Tony Stewart and Leah, his wife Leah. Today is their second wedding anniversary. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Racing news wise, the quarter midget kids are out in Las Vegas, I believe, running a pretty big quarter midget race out there. So good luck to Tatum Kreigel and the quarter midget kids out there racing in that big race. Also, ladies and gentlemen, everybody's starting to get prepared because the Tulsa Shootout is like about a month away. And I'll tell you what, got some news for you there. Um, the team Cravoda, Kyle and Angie Cravoda are going to go down there and race in that. Good luck to them, guys. Also, ladies and gentlemen, it's like I said, racing's winding down around here. There's not a lot of dirt racing going on here. It's kind of winter, fall. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all I've got for you there. So with that being said, I would like to thank our sponsors, Dirt Track Race Cars and Company, dirttrackracecars.com. Go hit them up for all your 1/64 scale racing diecast needs. They've got some pretty epically awesome racing designs out there. They've got 3 of Doug Wolfgang's cars out there. The 29 that he raced in 1985, the Weichert Livestock car that he raced and won it in 1985 in the Knoxville Nationals. The 8D car that he won in 1989 at Knoxville. They got the Orange 8 car out of his. Then they also have the 47 Casey's General Store, Gil Sonner, Danny the Dude Lasowski, 1/64 scale sprint car. That's also out. And then they also have the one Nance Sammy Swindell car out also. So go hit them up for all your racing diecast needs. Also, at dirttrackracecars.com, Dirt Track Race Cars and Company. Also, I'd like to thank Brody Manning Motorsports / Manning Motorsports for sponsoring this racing show. And I also like to thank Walking with Wayland Page, New England Hemophilia Association for being a part of this also. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to, I'm going to give a couple other business shout outs. Ladies and gentlemen, go hit up Mel's Creations on Facebook. Mel Hansen, awesome person. She's got some really cool products out. So go hit up Mel Hansen, Mel's Creations, Mel Hansen on Facebook. And also, ladies and gentlemen, go hit up pharmacy.com/Kaylee Froderman because Kaylee has got some awesome products out there too. So go hit up those 2 companies also. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you all for being a part of this racing show with us tonight. Have a good night. Catch you later on another episode of the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show #1 on YouTube. And if you would like to sponsor us and be a part of this racing show, feel free to email us at jjnolan151@gmail.com, or you can call or text us at 712-209-7138. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. Catch you later on another episode of the Josh Nolan and Oliver S. Full Throttle Racing Show #1 on YouTube.